Welcome to the Eric Show, Season 3. Here is your most comfortable to talk show host, Eric Moser. Hello, everybody! I'm your most comfortable to talk show host in YouTube history, soon to be television history. And let me just begin with, before we begin our topic today. How do you like our new set? Obviously, the set is designed by me, myself, because I produce, director, edit, host of this whole show by myself. And one reason I designed a set like this, and I'm not at the table. Don't worry, me sitting at the table and not going away. That's still gonna be that's always going to be my favorite set. But in Season 3, I wanted to create a new set, this one right here, because I told you in the season finale, I'm going to be working on my interviewing show. And don't you notice a chair right here? As you can see, it's empty right now, and there will be no guests in this episode. But this chair right here, throughout the episode, is going to represent something. It's going to represent my interviewing show. Alright, so I created this set. So, because I'm going to have a lot more interviews this season, because I want to work on my interviewing skills. And this chair right here is going to help me present the interviewing skills, and hopefully I get better. Alright, I know I'm already an amazing host at debating with you and having a conversation with you, but I want to get my interviewing skills. So thank you for watching The Eric Show, the most comfortable talk show host alive. I am back in this seat, and now let's begin our controversial topic today. Yes, I said it, a controversial one. It truly is. Should your teacher give your child or children what we now call a fat report card? You saw the commercial, you saw me talk about a fat report card. Should your teacher give your children a fat report card? I told you a controversial one. So, do you agree that our teachers, our children teachers, should give our children fat report cards? Well, I want you to respond, alright, because you know me, I want you to respond. You are my lovely people, and I want to hear from you, so just comment this video with your opinion. What do I feel about this? I feel it's actually pretty difficult about this topic. I'm kind of both ways, alright? I mean, I think if we are in a crisis, and we are seeing, like, every single one of our students in the classroom obese and really having time breathing, and we just noticing something bad, keyword, like I said, crisis, then I think maybe we should give a fat report card just to tell our students, hey, we are getting a little fat. Maybe we should work on exercising or work on something to eat. Told you this would be a controversial one, because I can't even believe I'm willing to say a fat report card. But then I'm also disagreeing on this, because it's not our teacher business, alright? It's our parents. It's the parents' business, alright? If the parents don't do anything and leave their children get obese and fat and don't do nothing and become lazy, because we have proof right here. Once you get obese, you will get fat. I mean, same thing. Once you are obese, the more obese you are lazy. We have those facts. But I think it's none of our teacher business. It's our parents, and if our parents want to do that to our children, then hey, they are the parents. All right. There's no definition of parents, or there are no meaning of, like, we can't teach how to parent. Alright, we have to learn from our own mistakes, and if that one of the mistakes that we have to learn, sadly, we have to learn from that mistake. So to be honest, I'm on both sides. Alright, if we are in a crisis, I'm not sure sure we are in a crisis, but I do know we are getting really in trouble because our children are getting really fat. I'm not trying to be mean, but our children are getting really fat. So that's my opinion. Alright, I have way much more opinion later on through the show, alright? But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm supposed to be going to a commercial break, as you can tell, but I'm just sick into this topic. I just don't know. Maybe if you guys tell me your opinion, maybe I can grab your opinion and learn from you. Because truly, I love you and I like sharing the opinion to each other. Because right now I'm stuck with this topic. I'm with, if we are in a crisis, then maybe the teacher should give out a fat report card, but then none of our teacher business is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so I'm stuck in the middle. Alright, if we are in a crisis but it's none of our teacher business. That's pretty hard. Sometimes with me, being the most controversial man, having the opinion like me can actually be really different. But we have to take a commercial break. When we come back, I have more opinion, more things to talk about the fat report cards because I have a few questions that's on the table that I got. For example, should you tell your children you should go on a diet and stuff like that? Well, that's the main question. Should you tell your children to go on a diet? That is not the next segment, but the second part of the show. Should you tell your children to go on a diet? That's the second part of the show. Alright, but when we come back, my final thoughts on should our teacher give our children a fat report card? That is up next. Plus, the prediction of the R Word up next. Thank you for watching Season 3 of The Eric Show.
Hi, guys. I'm Miss Pippa, and I'm going to be your English class, also math, science, history teacher.
Alright everyone, welcome back to the Season 3 episode of The Eric Show. Thank you for watching The Eric Show. Should a children teacher give our children fat report card? Before the commercial break, I would like to say, before we took the commercial break, I said I'm stuck in between. If it's a crisis and we're seeing like every single student obese, then maybe it will be a good idea. But then also, it's none of our teacher business. But then, before I get to my final thoughts, which are pretty soon, I would like to add to my opinion in the first segment. I would like to say, I also like to say, if our children do know here's a whole weight on like a weekly basis, then maybe it will be in their head, okay, I'm 160 pounds. I have to exercise, go on a diet, or something like that. Maybe if they do know their weight on a weekly basis, maybe they will know in their head, hey, I need to go on a diet or I need to exercise. Maybe they can make their own plan. Alright? So maybe if we really want to have our teachers send out fat report cards, maybe the fat report card should be a private, alright? A private meeting between the teacher and the student, alright? The student take like a cue card or like a report card, and they make the report card out, and they give, they call up the student one-on-one and have like a weekly meeting, and they talk about it like in the hallway or just somewhere private, just between the student and the teacher, so they can have that talk and hear your report card. Don't call it a fat report card. Hear your report card on a weekly basis, and so they can, and the student can read it, and it can have the weight, not, okay, you're fat or you're obese, not like that, or you're too skinny or you're too obese, not like that. The weight, 160 pounds, we are a little worried, or actually ideas on what to do to bring the weight down, which is a good idea also. Alright, so I think if we have a weekly report card, don't call it fat report card, weekly report card, or like a weekly progress report, alright? Don't call it a fat report card, don't call it fat progress report, just a weekly progress report card, whatever you want to call it, and give it to them privately. Have like a little meeting the teacher and the student between them two privately. Alright, because if we do know our weight weekly, because I mean we get so busy weekly that we tend to not remember or not think about our weight. So if we know it weekly, maybe we will have put it down. So that's what I'm just saying. If we know it, we may put it down or something like that. So, like I said, maybe it's that, but it mean just to say, here fat report cards, especially in front of the whole class. I can definitely say that. One, it's mean. Two, it's embarrassing. But then I sure think it's none of our business as teachers to give all students a fat report card. But like I said, if it equates it, so this is why I say I'm in the middle. If it equates it, maybe we should. But then I kind of like the idea of if we really need to send a fat report card out, maybe it should be weekly. Don't call it fat report card. Have like your weight, ways you can put your weight down. Alright, that I think is a good idea if we want to do this. Alright, I think it's a little too far, but if we want to do it, I think we should go about it in a nicer way than here's your fat report card. Alright, and definitely a weekly private meeting so no one can know, just the teacher and the student. Alright, maybe we will definitely say, but I keep bringing it up because it's none of the teacher business, but hey, it's none of the teacher business, but if the parents are not doing nothing, then maybe the teacher needs to stick in. But we don't know what the parents are doing because we are not in their life. But I definitely think if the parents' idea, if their parents' job to get off their ass and take care of their children. If their children is obese, then you need to do something. Stop buying, because you are the parents. You buy the food for the house. Buy different food if your child is obese. That's all I have to say. So, let's move on to my final thoughts. My final thoughts on should the teacher give out fat report cards. Here we go. Drum roll, please. No drum roll, please. But my final thoughts on should teachers give fat report cards. The bottom line is, I may confuse you right now, but my bottom answer as of now is no. Teachers should not give a fat report card out to our children. One, because it's none of our teacher business. Alright? The teacher business is to teach us, if it's a math teacher, teach our children math. Teach us math. Teach us reading, teach us science, teach us social studies, teach us whatever that job is. Teach us that. That is his job. His or her job is not to give us a fat report card and tell us you're fat. That's not his job. I'm sorry to say it, but it's not your job. I'm sorry. It's not your job. Alright. So that's my final opinion. It's not our job. Alright. It's our parent job, which leads me to something favorite brother-in-law Eddie said about should you tell your children to go on a diet. But that's later on. My final thoughts, once again, we shouldn't have it. It's none of our teachers' business. It's our parents. Alright. If the teacher is a little worried, then maybe talk to the parents. But like I said, it's none of our teachers' fault. Alright? And second of all, it's the parents' job to parent. Alright? If you notice your child is getting a little chunky, then maybe you need to do something. That's all. maybe you need to, one, change the food in your house, or get your child outside of the house. But I'm so with people don't get obese because, not just because they don't go outside. Because I eat like a fat pig, but I'm not lazy, alright? I get up, alright? I design it, set, I clean the basement, I clean, when I need to get up and do something, I do that, alright? So that is my issue, alright? I sort of think it's not just going outside, you have to get up and do things, not just everything. Alright? So, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to mention the petition to ban the R word. Plus, we are back with our second half of the show. Should you tell your children to go on a diet? That is up next on the Eric Show.
Teacher, we do not have any art and gym. Lunch is at 11 a.m. and school is over at 1 p.m. This is a special private school if anyone was thinking it is.
Petition to ban the R word, I have said in the last episode of the Eric Show, well, I'm still working on to ban the R word. Like I said, I don't want to ban the R word because how are we going to make that work? Alright, people are still going to say it. So let's not ban the R word. Let's get rid of the R word. Let's take that definition out of the dictionary. Let's take the word out of the dictionary. Alright, because once they're out of the dictionary, then people are eventually not going to say it because it's like not a word anymore. But I think people are not going to say it if it, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but people will eventually stop saying it. So what we need to do is get a new word and a new definition so we can, because I don't think it's not their fault. And I know the R word have other definition, but I truly think get rid of the word, period, get a new word for that, and only one definition, and people should not say it because it's rude. So, if you want to ban the R word with me, just go to our like page on Facebook, alright? Ask for a petition for the R word. I will send you a copy of the petition of the R word. And to sign it, just sign your name in a comment so I can print it out and put it on the banned list. That is to ban the R word. Well, it's not banned. To get a new definition and a new word. But it's a ban the R word petition. Alright. So, let's continue with the Eric Show. Don't forget to ban the R word with me. But welcome back. We are back. We have just finished talking about should our teacher give our students fat report cards. Now, we are talking about should we tell our students, now I'm talking about students. Should we tell our own children that they need to go on a diet? Alright, I got this topic, should we tell our students, should we tell our kids to go on a diet from the doctors? And I thought it was a pretty interesting question. It is an interesting question. I'm going to post a question on my website and on my on our like page. Just to get some questions going because I would like to see what you guys think. So, should we tell our children to go on a diet? I want your opinion. Comment this episode with your opinion. So, should we tell our children to go on a diet? For me, it's another tricky question. I'm kind of in the middle, just like the first half of the show. I'm kind of in the middle because if my daughter or my son is getting chunky and maybe getting a little obese, then maybe I will say go on a diet because that will hurt his or her feelings and probably get into a straight depression. But I do think I should tell him or her, hey, you are getting a little chunky, and I don't care what people think, but I care about what you think, and I care about what you want, alright? And it could be bad for you, so, like, maybe have a healthy conversation with him or her, but I don't think we should tell our children to go on a diet, because that was just, to me, that was just messed up the whole childhood and stuff. But I did ask some of my peeps, should you tell your children to go on a diet? I did ask some of my peeps. David Madre, I asked, should you tell your children to go on a diet? And David Madre said, no, it will make them feel insecure, which is really true, alright? It will make your child, your son or daughter, feel really insecure. And do you want your son or daughter to feel insecure? I know I do. I'm gonna love my son and daughter, and I definitely don't want that feeling on him and her. Baby sister Kiana, she also said no. Alright? She said you should eat healthy. You should eat healthy for themselves and not should go on a diet. So, okay, I'm totally messing up what she said. This is what favorite sister Kiana said. She said, no, you should encourage them to eat healthy and not say you should go on a diet. Eat healthy with them and make sure that they are doing good, because it will make them feel insecure. Pretty much everyone on my list said it will make them insecure, which is true. Alright, even on the doctor, Julian Baker, said it will make them feel insecure. Alright, so really, it will really make them insecure. Alright, and I kind of agree with favorite Madre and favorite sister Kiana. Eat healthy with them. Alright, now, a Facebook friend said, no, we should not tell our children to go on a diet. And last but not least, favorite brother-in-law Eddie said, which by the way, his birthday was January 7th, so don't forget to go to his Facebook page and say happy birthday, Eddie. Happy birthday, favorite brother-in-law Eddie. From the Eric Show. Alright, so favorite brother-in-law Eddie said, I don't know what to think, but I would not tell them, because this is my house. I put the food in my refrigerator, so I would just change the food that I put in my house, which I love his response. Dr. Ford said it many times. I agree with favorite brother-in-law Eddie, favorite sister Kiana, and favorite Madre, Facebook friend Dr. Ford. I agree with them all. Alright, it's your house, so you should change the food that you put in your house. Alright, so that is what a few of my people said. I said, no, it will make them insecure. It's your house. Let's change the food, eat healthy with them. Alright, because another thing Dr. Ford said, you are your child's biggest role model. Your child, even though they say they hate you, or they don't like you, or they don't think you're cool, they look up to their parents, and they will copy your parents. Now, I disagree about they will copy their parents 100%, but I do believe that if they see your parent eating the type of food, they say, let's try this, maybe I like it. I do agree with that. So, let's take a commercial break. When we come back to the Eric Show, I have my final thoughts on should you tell your children to go on a diet. My final thoughts are up next, plus my closing segment. Thank you for watching Season 3 of the Eric Show.
And school is over at 1 p.m. This is a special private school if anyone was thinking. It is
to the Eric Show. I'm Eric Moser, the most controversial man alive. My final thoughts should we tell our children to go on a diet. So, you heard it from David Madre, favorite sister Kiana, favorite brother-in-law Eddie, Facebook Facebook friends. You heard it from those people. You heard it from me. And now, here are my final thoughts. I want to hear your final thoughts on the whole episode. Comment this episode, please, 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 with your final thoughts. So I want to have you interact with the Eric Show. If you share your final thoughts of the episode, I will post your final thoughts on the Eric Show website. So here are my final thoughts. My final thoughts are, no, we should not have a battery postcard. That's going a little too far. And should we tell your children to go on a diet? I think that's going really far. It will make our children feel really insecure. It's a bad idea to tell your children to go on a diet. We should do something else besides, hey son, hey daughter, whatever the name is, hey, go on a diet. So that's my final thoughts. Now, I just want to say thank you for watching the Eric Show. Really, go to our Facebook like page, the Eric Show, and ask for our petition to ban the R word. Alright? Really, please ask for a petition for the R word. Thank you for watching the Eric Show, and do not forget to share your opinion and your final thoughts, because if you do share your opinion and your final thoughts, we will comment back and forth, plus your comments will go on theericshow.com. Thank you for watching the Eric Show.